I showed you guys the unusual patterns where there seems to be like a grid pattern of earthquake activity. Well, somebody had pointed out to me there is more to the story. Oh, buddy, this is starting to look like a real story. Something that I'm really beginning to think might actually be something we need to really think about. So there's this game. It's called Secret Files 2. It's like a little game cartoon thing. I'm going to show you a little clip of this thing. But you see, right on the cover of this game, they show you what it's about. It's about a tsunami that hits New York City. You see the Statue of Liberty in New York City, and there comes that big wave coming into this, coast. That's what it's about. But it's very odd because it takes place on that island that we were talking about earlier, where we were discussing how there have been concerns for a while now. Scientists have gone in and they've looked at this and they're saying that it's just precarious and anything, an earthquake or something like that could just cause it to be falling off into the sea and it would cause a huge tsunami. They've said that they're really worried about this. It wouldn't take much for that thing to just fall off into the sea, and it would be like this huge mountain the size of Manhattan, the size of like a small country, a big, what the Bible calls the Great Mountain that fell into the sea. Look, if this is actually gonna happen, it's Revelation's here, and we've already determined it is. And it's like one thing after another. Jesus is talking about it, and he's saying, look, don't.
The real Papa spoke about it. They keep adding names that shouldn't be in the Bible. All the names in the Bible is actually wrong. And it goes both ways with that because King James actually spelled some names wrong on purpose to keep it from outside nations so they wouldn't be changing names, but then you had some of the nations adding their other stuff and their names to our books, and changing the books, getting rid of books, and then changing stuff in the books and adding to the books. Where the Bible tells you should not add or take away, but that's exactly what they did.
Be deceived, Antichrist is coming, the first horse is white, looks like Jesus, he's got a bow.
Well, he looks like Mr. J. Because that is the Antichrist, which is simply saying against the Creator, the one that created you.
Shaking the earth down to its foundations, and it doesn't have to necessarily mean an earthquake, but, we read in the book of Isaiah that the earth shall be turned upside down and shaken out of its place. That's in real life.
Okay, today is June 1st. Say your name and spell it. I'm God.
On in real life was actually in the game. Now look at this.
Es La Palma, una de las Islas Canarias, un paraíso para los turistas enamorados del sol. A nosotros esta isla nos fascina por otra razón, por el volcán de Cumbre Vieja. La frágil ladera occidental del volcán está repleta de grietas y fisuras por las que se filtra el agua.
All right, watch this really carefully. There's just no way that they could have made this coincidentally. This thing in this video game actually starts happening in real life. There's too many things similar. Watch as on this island they begin to detonate. I don't know if it says how. I don't understand all that they're saying, but I gather from what they're saying in whatever language it is that they're detonating with some sort of bombs or whatever to make a tsunami. They're telling you that they're causing a tsunami by precise detonations, and it even shows it. in a kind of a grid, but it's like one straight line. And that's actually what's happening, as we showed you earlier today. Down on that island, the earthquakes are occurring in straight lines like a grid. It's not possible for it to be natural. It is a man-made thing, and they predicted it would happen. Watch.
Ahora viene la parte interesante. Si colocamos diversas bombas en puntos minuciosamente calculados, las explosiones termonucleares nos permitirán calentar el agua y hacer que se evapore al instante. Si prestaste atención en clase de física, sabrás que la evaporación repentina del agua creará la presión necesaria para destruir la frágil ladera del volcán y hacer que se derrumbe contra el agua. ¿Imaginas qué ocurrirá después? ¡Exacto! ¡Un tsunami! Olas de 200 metros de altura cruzarán el Atlántico a la velocidad de un avión. El tsunami arrasará la costa este de los Estados Unidos. Nueva York desaparecerá en una inundación apocalíptica que se llevará consigo al sol como una mano de gobernantes del mundo, que en estos momentos tienen competencia en la sede de la ONU. El vacío de poder resultante será rellenado por algunos de nuestros seguidores que llevan décadas esperando para ocupar estas posiciones clave. Ellos asumirán el control y conducirán a la humanidad hacia una nueva era dorada.
Whoa, man. I don't know about you guys, but when I watch that and then I actually watch the news today and see what they're doing, it really just kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. 3. But of course, Jesus specifically mentioned the seismo, or the shape.
The real prophet mentioned the seismo, and I figured out who that real prophet was. As far as besides King David and all those other guys, which are 5 guys, the same name. Elijah's the same as King David, so is 1 John, so is John the Baptist. And a couple more names, all the same guy. So it's no Mr. J. In our language, the J didn't exist. The white pope made the J up. It's not even a real letter. You can look this up.
And the book of Revelation says just before the Antichrist appears from the bottomless pit, there is a great mountain that falls into the sea.
activated. Safe to say, this is the best week ever.
What are you doing? Run! It's the week of greatness. What you doing?
It's really happening! This is a real thing!
Nah, man. This is the real thing.
Are you wearing the new Icon Clash?
I need this in a size 8.
I need a 6.
I need this in 16. I got you.
Not today.
Is it dead?
Clash not dead. Hell yeah.
Hey, kid, where you headed? You know it's the end of the world, right?
Yeah, but it's the start of week of greatness.
It's the best week ever.
Enamorados del sol. A nosotros esta isla nos fascina por otra razón, por el volcán de Cumbre Vieja. La frágil ladera occidental del volcán está repleta de grietas y fisuras por las que se filtra el agua.
All right, watch this really, really carefully. This is. There's just no way that they could have made this. Coincidentally, this thing in this video game actually starts happening in real life. There's too many things similar. Watch as on this island they begin to detonate. It doesn't. I don't know if it says how. I don't understand all that they're saying, but I gather from what they're saying in whatever language it is that they're detonating with some sort of bombs or whatever to make a tsunami. They're telling you that they're causing a tsunami by precise detonations, and it even shows it in a kind of a grid, but it's like one straight line. And that's actually what's happening, as we showed you earlier today. Down on that island, the earthquakes are occurring in straight lines like a grid. It's not possible for it to be natural. It is a man-made thing, and they predicted it would happen. Watch.
Ahora viene la parte interesante. Si colocamos diversas bombas en puntos minuciosamente calculados, las explosiones termonucleares nos permitirán calentar el agua y hacer que se evapore al instante. Si prestaste atención en clase de física, sabrás que la evaporación repentina del agua creará la presión necesaria para destruir la frágil ladera del volcán y hacer que se derrumbe contra el agua. ¿Imaginas qué ocurrirá después? ¡Exacto! ¡Un tsunami! Olas de 200 metros de altura cruzarán el Atlántico a la velocidad de un avión. El tsunami arrasará la costa este de los Estados Unidos. Nueva York desaparecerá en una inundación atmosférica que se llevará consigo los ojos programados gobernantes del mundo, que en estos momentos discuten y competencia en la sede de la ONU. El vacío de poder resultante será rellenado por algunos de nuestros seguidores que llevan décadas esperando para ocupar estas posiciones clave. Ellos asumirán el control y conducirán a la humanidad hacia una nueva era dorada.
Whoa, man. I don't know about you guys, but when I watch that and then I actually watch the news today and see what they're doing, it really just kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. Oh, and then with the prayers of the saints. Oh boy, that's about right? There's sure a lot of people around the world at this point that are praying, and I imagine that it's reached the ears of our Father in heaven. And it says, it ascended before the divine being out of the angel's hand, and the angel took the censer and filled it with fire from the altar and cast it into the earth. And then there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And verse 6, and the 7 angels which had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain, burning with fire. Have you seen the pictures, guys? The De La Palma Island has a mountain, a volcano. It's on fire. More so than any other mountain I've ever seen. I mean, we've had, Mount St. Helens go off and other volcanoes. There's one going off in Iceland and Hawaii and stuff. But this takes the cake, and it's happening at the right moment when all these other things that the Bible seems to be foretelling actually helping it. They're detonating bombs down there in a grid pattern. I just don't see, if we Christians who believe in the scriptures saying that if this happens, 64 million people may perish in, I think, just North America alone. But it continues, and in verse 10 it says, and the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven. See, I think people mix up the mountain falling into the sea with the sea. It was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. And I behold, and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the 3 angels which are yet to sound. Woe. And verse 1 of chapter 9, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. Is this the same star? And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Well, see, this is the introduction of the 3.5 years, because Antichrist arises out of the bottomless pit. In other words, he's already been on the earth, and he dies. Now, if someone, who do you think maybe could be the Antichrist then? Well, but this is very, very frightening to see this and read this. But it says that after the Antichrist is raised from the dead, as I take it, a smoke arises out of the pit as of a great furnace.
You notice that nothing in John